Yeah, you want me to do it?
I think I can do it.
Oh, are we doing Boston or are you doing Orpheus?
Black Orpheus.
Cool.
Yeah. Ready? If I lag out. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, all right then. Huh?
What are you guys feeling now?
Hey, call up Blue Train.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Sure.
It's just a. You come in with that. Yeah, you coming out that way. One, two, one.
What's this feeling? Swinging.
One, two, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. One, two, ready.
Killing it. Those bass solos are legendary.
I'm serious.
Hey, dude, I can't wait to trade some force with you, bro.
Yeah, we just tried some.
What's
What
up?
do you guys want to do next?
Let's go to, let's see. How about Freddie Freeman?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Something easy.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Yep.
How you want to do it? No, you do it. Come on. Right?
Yep.
Count me off.
1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, a 5. Samba. Yes. Samba. I can start with the drum groove, maybe? Okay. I'm gonna start with the drum groove. Cool. Samba. It'll be a little, maybe a little faster. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Get some. That was fun.
Esther leads in.
Say what?
Which one? Esther leads in. It's a jazz thing.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm jam.
Would this be more of like the? Is this the Count Basie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, I got you now. Yeah. I remember. What's up?
Let's play some. We'll just play until it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it is 7.
Huh?
7 already.
Oh, I know. What are we gonna play?
What are we doing?
We're supposed to take a break, I think, until, I think they're going to start eating at 7, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one more?
One more?
I don't know.
Let's do Lester, and then I'll find out what's going on.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Hey, Dan?
B flat? Music Google images. Here we go.
Yeah. Sounds good, bro.
Dude, you're sounding great.
It still sounds good.
It's very natural. You look great. Do they want more? We can start breaking out the metal.
Okay. I'm good. He's gonna find out which one's the new. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, do you want to do that? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to your seats.
Yeah. Do you want to do Blue Bossa? Sure. Do that? All right. What are you feeling?
Folks, once again, please make your way to your seats. We're going to be getting started in just a minute, so please find your seats.
Knock it out of the park. Go have fun.
If you haven't yet, please go ahead and take your seats. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You can go ahead and take your seats now. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashley Dill, and this is my husband, David Dill, and we want to welcome you tonight to Freedom's Promise, Striking the Root. Before I go any further, I want to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to see all of the beautifully curated items that we have from Cambodia at our silent auction, which is out in the lobby. We had a lot of you out there mingling, and if you missed it, please make sure that you go by and see everything there. Check your silent auction items and your bids. throughout dinner, it is going to be open and remain open through the dinner hour. So please make sure that you go out there and check all of those beautiful items out. My journey with Freedom's Promise actually started several years ago. One day, a beautiful friend and I were sitting at lunch, and she was telling me about a recent job that she had taken with Freedom's Promise, and that they were doing wonderful work against the fight for human trafficking in Cambodia. And I thought that that was wonderful. I listened to her politely and nodded my head and thought, what a great opportunity for you, Jillian. And then several months later, I was participating with another ministry that I'm involved with here in Nashville, and we had just received a grant application from an organization here in Nashville called Freedom's Promise. And I thought to myself, I know that name, I know that place. Why is that familiar? And as I researched a little bit more, I realized that, this is the same organization that is doing work in Cambodia that Jillian is working for. And I thought, how interesting that's come up so quickly, side by side here. A few months later, another beautiful friend of mine from church, Kara, was asking people to help her sort medicine for a mission trip she was going on to Cambodia. And I'm thinking, really? Okay. So, of course, found out from her, yes, it is with Freedom's Promise. And I'm thinking, wow, what are the odds of this, that it keeps coming up? And then, one more time, a couple of months after that, my sweet friend Becky ended up taking a position as an office management position in Freedom's Promise and gave a beautiful testimony about her trip, you guessed it, to Cambodia. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what are the odds of this? This is a little strange. I think God is trying to tell me I need to pay a little bit more attention to this organization. So a coffee date was set with Tiffany. And as I know some of you in this room know, when a coffee date is set with Tiffany, that is God's way of sealing the deal. So I did. I came away from that meeting in love with Freedom's Promise, with their mission, existing to bring freedom to the oppressed by demonstrating the love of Jesus Christ, by preventing human trafficking and restoring communities. The Lord grabbed David's heart as well, and the two of us have been joyful partners with Freedom's Promise ever since. Several years ago, God paved the way for me to journey to Cambodia on my own mission trip, and I have recently begun serving on the board of directors. All those years ago, God orchestrated my relationship with Freedom's Promise. He is doing amazing things through this organization and bringing such healing. David and I are so very grateful that God has decided to bring us along on this journey.
Thank you. Well done. So I am equally as excited to be here tonight. Tiffany and the team at Freedom's Promise, thank you for everything that you do. And to you, Ashley, thank you for being my partner for 30 years. You're bold, you're courageous, you're brave. So thank you for everything that you do. And this is just a small glimpse into what my wife works on each and every day. So thank you for listening to God's calling to be involved. Ash and I are also grateful that each of you are here tonight. We and the rest of the board at Freedom's Promise and the staff at Freedom's Promise would like to welcome you to Striking the Root. It is no accident that you're here tonight. There's a lot of other places that you can be, and God has placed on your heart to be here tonight to share these next few minutes together, learning about a very special ministry. We know you'll enjoy your time getting to know Freedom's Promise and how God is working his miracles through this ministry in Southeast Asia. Tonight would not be possible without a whole lot of people. Our band, our food servers, a round of applause for everybody, the sound and lighting crew. so many people have put an enormous amount of time into this, but tonight would not be possible without our sponsors for tonight's event. So thank you to we have 3 levels of sponsors. Thank you to our Freedom Partners first. Our Freedom Partners, Shalotsky's Bojangles and Legacy Tree Foundation. Wherever you're sitting out here tonight or represented here tonight, thank you for your steadfastness support of this ministry. Thank you to our Prevent Partners, Thompson Burton and ProVenture. And finally, thank you to our Restore Partners, Pinnacle Financial Partners, Oak Point, and Leach and Company. So give each one of our sponsors a big round of applause. And thank you for helping us put on this event. I'll turn it back over to Ashley to say a quick blessing, and then we'll begin our evening.
We are excited that you're here, and we can't wait to hear about your journey with Freedom's Promise. If you'll join with us now in praying a blessing over our food and our time together this evening. Heavenly Father, you are powerful, you are mighty. You rescue, you restore, and you heal. And just as David said, you have ordained each one of us to be here tonight. As we join arms, give us strength to stand and say, here I am, send me, whatever that may look like, so that your name is glorified. Jesus, we are thankful for City Winery and your provision of our gathering together. And we are grateful for this feast, and we ask your blessings on all that prepared it and who are serving us. May it also bless our bodies with health. And as your word says, Lord, where 2 or more are gathered, you are there in our midst. Move your spirit among us now as we seek to make your name famous and proclaim your truth. It's in the sweet name of Jesus that we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Enjoy.
Enjoy the night.
Sure.
Come in on the scene, just do,
Yeah, just that.
yeah. Then I'm not the scene, but
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the tempo you want? Which one? Take the A train? Okay. Thank you very much.
can I get along without you? You took the part that now with my heart, so why not take all of me? Ah, Mr. Gary Chapman over here. On the spot, man. He's on the spot. Mr. Gary Chapman over there. Thank you, Gary. You made us sound like pros, man. Come on. Love it.
That was what a great inclusion.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
That was so fun.
Yeah.
What now?
I don't know. Huh? Yeah, let's do a little, let's do thanks, man.
Hey, 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 ladies and gentlemen, all thank you. Good evening. Welcome to City Winery. We hope you've enjoyed dinner tonight. We've got a great evening program planned for you here, but we're going to kick things off a little bit fun here. So believe it or not, each and every one of you are quite possibly the contestant of our very first game here tonight. All right? So we're going to play a really fun game, very, very easy game. You've got your table host at the tables. I want you to pick one person at your table to stand up. Doesn't matter who it is. Be the person you like the least. Might be the person you like the most. But I need one person from every table to stand up. All right. Everybody got a table. All right. Table 25 is having a hard, oh, they got somebody up. Okay, hard time following directions here. Well, my name's Jay Cash. I'll be your auctioneer and fundraising ambassador for the next 20 minutes or so. And I am allowed to be up here. I just didn't jump on stage. But so here's what we got. So we're going to play a fun game. Fate is in your hands if you're going to be a winner or a loser, okay? So if you ever been to Vegas or ever play a game you feel like you never win or lose, well, here's the deal. Fate is in your hands. You're going to decide if you're a winner or a loser, and if you're a winner, the ultimate winner, you're going to win a really nice gift card and a very nice bottle of wine you can open tonight and share at the table or take home. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to with the bottle of wine. But we've got a great gift card and a bottle of wine for you, and the person standing at your table is the only person that can play. Now, how do you play? It's very simple. You're going to stand up, and we're going to play a game called Heads or Tails. Okay? It's very simple. My Prager's flipper here, she's going to flip this quarter, and we're going to call out heads or tails. And all you have to do is very simple, is put both hands on your head or both hands on your tail. Now, it is too early in the evening to put your hand on somebody else's tail, and you're only one person at a table, so there shouldn't be any issue. Your tail only. Both hands on your head, both hands on your tail. All right, you guys tell me. 3, 2, 1. Heads or tails, declare if you want to be a winner or loser. We're going to flip it. If your hands are on your head, remain standing. All right, here we go. We're on a tight schedule. 1, 2, 3, declare heads or tails. Bottle of wine and a nice gift card. We're going to flip the quarter. If your hands are on your head, you win again. All right, we may have to flip it a little more. Let's see what we can do. It's a real quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, declare 3, 2, 1. All right, flip it again, just for fair sake. Y'all have declared? It's a good night to be heads. Heads, you win again. Now, at this point, if you go heads again, you're crazy. But I don't know. We're flipping it. How many people we got left? I see we got 1. You playing, sir? You're still up? All right. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 people. Anybody else playing? All right. Here we go. We're down to 3 people. Heads or tails? You declare. 1, 2, 3. Heads or tails? All right. Let's see. Sir, okay, we've got heads, and a tail. So quite possibly we could have our winner right here. Flip it up real big. If your hands are on your head, heads, you got. You lose tonight. Tails, you win. Tails wins the game here tonight. That was a lot of fun. All right, we got a gift card back there. Table 24. You win that game right there. And, folks, you didn't have to pay a nickel to have that kind of fun here in Nashville tonight. I don't know where else we could go to do that. But, hey, we're here raising money for Freedom's Promise. And we're here on a mission to move people from vulnerability to thriving. And let me tell you, we got a PowerPoint here. Sue as Ben wants to throw it up here. But we have got an unbelievable live auction scheduled here for you here tonight. We're going to kick it off here with some Nashville Soccer Club tickets. But you may be asking, how do you bid? Well, your table captain, your host, your sponsor, the person that probably invited you here tonight, paid for the whole table or not, they've got bid cards with your name on them in an envelope. open that envelope up and pass those bid cards around. Make sure you've got one that's got your name on it, and if it doesn't, well, you're going to have to explain to them you used somebody else's number. All right. There's just 2 rules. Find your bid card. That's the first rule. Hold your bid cards up if you found them, just so I know everybody's here, because you're going to need these later on tonight. We're going to give everybody in the room tonight an opportunity to donate at a level that's meaningful to you, to Freedom's Promise. First rule, find your bid card. We've done that. The second rule is every time I say sold, I want a great big round of applause from everybody in the room, because that's money going right back to Freedom's Promise, okay? 2 rules. All right? Let's practice. Every time I say sold, I want a lot of cheering and applause. All right? 1, 2, 3. Sold! All right. That sounds good enough to me. All right, there's the rules. First item up here. Check it out up here on the big screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got dinner with the captain. 2 Nashville Soccer Club tickets. It's right up here on the board, but you're going to enjoy yourself a very, very nice dinner with Dax McCarty. He is the captain of the Nashville Soccer Club. You're going to get to invite 5 of your friends out to dinner. You're going to be with David and Ashley Dale, who you saw earlier. And they're going to provide you a wonderful night over dinner. You're going to talk all things soccer. If you know anything about Dax, you know that he's been a professional soccer player for 16 years. He's played for 5 different teams, but we're tickled to have him right here in Nashville. It is a catered meal for 6, so bring 5 other folks. You're going to get a lot of Nashville Soccer Club gear. If you've got a soccer fan in your family or a friend, then this is a great time for them too. But you have got a great night. You've got dinner with the soccer club captain. All right, you guys tell me how much you want to get for it. All you've got to do is raise your bid card, and that'll constitute a bid. All right, pay for it. How much? You're going to get $500. $500. Thank you, sir. Out $550. It's $550. $50. $550. $50. You're going to get $550. $50. $50. $50. Thank you now. Out $600. Out $600. Your turn, sir. $600. Out $650. Thank you now. Now $700. Out $777. Getting $700 in the back. Out $750. $750. $50. $50. $50. Going to get now $750. Out $750. $800. Out to give $880. Going to give $800 right there. Going to give $800. $900, $1,000 anywhere. $1,000, $1,000. I got $900 in the back. You guys got to be $950. I'll make him be $1,000. $950, $950, $950, $1,000. Here, $1,000. Here, gonna get $1,000. $1 American dollars. Thank you, sir. $1,050, $1,050, $1,000. You can't bid just once, sir, and sit in the front. $1,050, $1,100, $11, get 11, get it out. $1,100 right there. Thank you. 12, 13, $1,300. You're gonna get 13, 13. They're sitting at the same table. I love it. Out 1,400, 1,400. How to get 14, 14. Gonna get 1,400. 13's up here. 1,400. 1,400. Out 13, 1,400. Out 15. Out 16. I love it. Out 1,600. Out 16, 16, 16. Gonna get 16. Thank you now. Out 17. Yeah, 17. Out 17. Gonna get 17. Gonna get 1,700. Don't listen to her. Just bid again. 17. 17. 17. 17. Out 1,700. Just go ahead and bid 2,000 up here, guys. They put you up front for a reason. $2,000. Out 21. Yeah, 20 bond. Gonna get 20. Don't let her do that to you, sir. 21. 21. I know you got more money. 21. Yeah, 20 bond. Gonna get 20. Get 20 bond. All through. All done. Anybody want to advance the bid? $2,100. 21 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sold up here on the front row. $2,000, Lonnie. 137. That's $2,000 to kick off the night here, going right here to Freedom's Promise. And thank you for supporting Freedom's Promise here tonight, guys. And thank you to my runner-up bidders. Thank you all. Bless you. All right, our second auction item. We've only got 6, 7, 8 of these. Cocktail making for 12. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fun, interactive night in downtown Nashville. You may want to Uber to this event, but it's with Standard Proof Whiskey. It's a cocktail making class for 12. You're going to have about an hour or so to learn how to make some of the finest whiskey and cocktail pairings that you could think of. You're going to learn how to really figure out how to make really good drinks that your friends want to drink and kind of be star of the show when you have company over. But it's a cocktail making class for 12. Who'll give $500? 500. Thank you. 555. But I get 550. If $550. If 550, 50, 50, get 50, 500, 525. Anywhere else? 5 and a quarter. Thank you. 550. If 550, get 50, get 50, 50, 50, get 50. Would I get 550? All through. All done. $550. Anywhere else? 550. All through. All done. On 3. 1, 2. Thank you, sir. Waiting on you all night. Thank you. Now 600. Thank you. Now 650. 650. 650. Now 7. 700. Now 725. Now 7 and a quarter. Here's 7 and a quarter. Get 20, 25. But again, one more time. Now 7, 20, 25. Thank you. 750. 800. Now we got an auction. $800. Gotta give 80. Gotta give 80. Hey, eyes on me. There's no friends in this room. I don't care who it is. $800. $800. $800. How 750 give 80. Gonna give $800. $800. $850. $900. How 999 gonna get $900. How 850 gonna get 999 gonna get 999 gonna get 900. 900. 850. 900. 850's in. Sir, hey, he'll bid against himself. 850. Now 900. Now 950. 950. How 950. You're in at 9. Going to be 950. 950. 950. All through and all done right there. Going to get 950. 950. Anybody else want to go? All through. Everybody done. Sold right back there. $900. Hold that bid number up there for Lonnie. $900. Hold your number up there. Bidder number 272, Lonnie. 272 for $900. Thank you. That's so much. Hey, changing lives here tonight. That's what we're really doing. Changing lives, raising awareness for human trafficking and prevention. All right? That's why we're here. Let's go down to our third item here tonight. Hey, you ladies and gentlemen, check it out. We're going to go down to Greenville, Tennessee. You're going to buy yourselves a quarter beef, a quarter of a cow. That's nearly 100 pounds of all natural flash frozen beef. That allows for it to be frozen. You're going to get your fillets, your ribeyes, your strips, your sirloins. You're going to get all the ground beef you could ask for. A quarter-pound beef. Woolsey Farm, Overlook Farm, right out of Greenville, Tennessee. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me. All right, Ben, what do you say? Who give $1,000? $1,000. Thank you now. $1,250. $1,250. $1,250 now. $1,550. Gonna get $1,500. $1,500. Thank you now. $17,200. $2,000. $2,200. Gonna get $2,200. To get $2,000. Thank you now. How $22,500. Gonna get $25,000 now. $27,50. $27,50. Get $50. Thank you. $3,000. $3,000. Hit $3,000. Gonna get $3,000 right there. Gonna get $3,000. Gonna get $3,000. Gonna get $3,000 anywhere. Hit $27,50. I gotta get $3,000. Everybody through. Everybody done. On. Thank you, sir. Bless you. It was almost ours. 32.5. 32.5. 32, 32, hit 32, 2, to get 31, hit 31, bond, gonna get 30, get 30, get bond, gonna get 30, get 30, gonna get 3,000, bond, gonna get 31, a quarter pound of beef, 31, out 2, hit 2, gonna get 30, get 2, get 31, in now, 2, get 31, now 2, it was yours, now it's his, 32, hit 32, 2, gonna get 31, bond, now 2, to get 2, everybody through, everybody done, on 3, 1, 2, 3, sold right here, $3,100. What's our bid number? Hold it up high. I done lost you where you were. 3,100. Hold it up high. 181, Lonnie. 181 for $3,100 going right back to Freedom's Promise, friends. All right. So our next trip. It's a guided trophy trout fishing overnight stay for 2. You're going to go down. You're going to go down, just a few miles, North Georgia mountains to be exact. This is an absolute remarkable time. It's about 80 miles north of Atlanta, south Chattanooga somewhat. It's at the foothills of the Chattahoochee National Forest. Pristine trout water fishing. a wonderful place to get your trophy trout, prime habitat, private access, highly trained guides and anglers to get you right where you want to be. Now, friends, I know a lot of us can go fishing anytime we want to, but right now is the only time when 100% of your fishing trip is going to go right back to ensure that children here have a safe place to play and learn. So think about that. How much better could the fishing trip be knowing that 100% of that trip was written off and paid for and went right back to Freedom's Promise? So think about that. All right there, ladies and gentlemen, right there, who give $1,000 on a trophy? Thank you, sir. 1,000, 1,250, hit 1,250, 15, 15, $2,000 now, 21, 22, 23, 4, out 25, 26, zig, 27, 3,000, out 31. I didn't get you, 31, out 31, threes up here. You got to be 31 now, out 31, out 30, bond, gonna get 30, get 30, get 30, get 30, bond, 31. Now 2, out 32, out 32, 2, 32, sir, now 3, out 33, 3, 3, 4, out 5, out 3,500, out 35, 5, 5, your turn, 35, 35, he's 4, now 5, 36, 36, 7, 37, now 8, out 38, out 30, you guys cannot go together, 38, 38, 38, 38, out, put it on 4,000, hit 4, gonna get $4,000, out 4, divided by 2, he'll pay half, 4,000, hit 4,000, hit 4, gonna get 4, gonna get 4, I'll make him be 4, you be 39, 39, now 4,000, 4,000, out 41, out 41, out 41, want to get 40, get 41, anybody else want to get 41, 41, 41, all through, all done, everybody else want to go fishing right here, 4,100, 4,100, on 3, 1, 2, 3, so $4,000, $4,000, Lonnie. Bidder number 131, 131. All right, friends. I know we're here at City Winery, known for their wines and all, but let me tell you, right up here, listen, if there is a item of the night, it's right here. If there's any realtors in the room, any investment advisors, mortgage lenders, realtor, attorneys, anybody that has clients or friends or people in business they want to take out for a night, you will not forget. You possibly won't remember it, to be honest with you, but I have been here. This right here is a whiskey tasting for 10. There's over 3,800 whiskeys, bourbons. There's bourbons and whiskeys over 100 years old. There's things you've never even heard of, and you will love every single one of them, all right? They're all delicious. It's right here in Nashville. And you're also going to get a bottle of bourbon or whiskey to take home tonight, a bottle of whiskey to take home tonight from the Nashville Barrel Company, bourbon. It's for 10 people. You're going to try 8 different whiskeys. I'm going to tell you, folks, if you're the winner of this package, you're going to get more than you paid for. 100% going right back to Freedom's Promise. I'm going to tell you, 10 people, $200 a ticket would be a bargain. If you could get this for $200 a person, it's going to be hard to do that, but let's see what we can't do. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, who give whiskey tasting for 10? Who give $1,000? Hit 1,000. Thank you. Now 1,250, 15. Now 2, out 2,000. Out 21. Hit 21, 21. Out 2. Out 22, 2. Gonna get 23, 3. Gonna get 23, 3. 23. 25. Out 27.50. Out 3,000. Hit 3. $3,000. Out 31. Out 31. Out 32, 2. Gonna get 30. Get 2. 32, 2. Gonna get 31. And now 2. Hit 30. Gonna get 30. Get 2. Gonna get 31. Gonna get out 32. Where's Lonnie? Where's my boss at? Hey, how we doing on this? Is all right? Is this the approval? You'll let me do 2. Is that right? All right. Here's the deal. You were good for 3,000 way back there, right? 3,000. Hold your card up. Sold right there. $3,000. What's that number? I just can't read it. 383. Looks like it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $3,000. And I can sell a second one at $3,000. I had you guys up here. I had you. Anybody else want to go for $3,000? I assure you, you're not going to miss it for a little. I had you in at 31, asking 32 or 3. If you guys want to do it, divide it out there. If you guys want to do it, you're going to love it. If you like whiskey, bourbon at all, $3,000 to a second runner-up. Anywhere else? Sold right there, $3,000. Lonnie, bidder number 143. Thank you to the friends at the Whiskey House. That's $6,000 we just raised. I think I've got about 2 or 3 items less, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to do it for me. All right, our next trip, I want you to envision yourselves. You're on I-24. You're headed west. You just passed Clarksville. You're entering in Kentucky, and you're at the Cadiz exit. We have for you an unbelievable 4-day, 4-night stay on Lake Barkley in Cadiz, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need a passport. You don't need to have TSA pre-check. All you've got to do is get in your car and drive for about an hour and 15, 20 minutes, if that, and you're going to enjoy 4 nights with a 4-bed, 3-bath home. Absolutely remarkable. One of the rooms has some bunk beds in it, and it holds up to 15 people. 15 people. I want you to think about this. Holidays are coming up. Family's going to come visit. You don't really want them at home or within an hour and a half of your house. Put them up in Cadiz. They'll enjoy themselves, and you don't have to see them. Or you go. Maybe you don't have 15 people you would enjoy taking. That's okay. We're not going to judge. Just take 2 or 3. Right here, right on the water, a beautiful fire pit, just absolute luxury. Just moments from downtown Nashville. What a peaceful, peaceful little drive there. Ladies and gentlemen, who wants to go on a nice little quick getaway? Who give 500? Hit 500 now. 6,777. Gonna give 800 now. 9,000. Hit 1,200. How 15? How 15? 1,750. How now 1,800. 18. How 1,900. 19. Now 2. 2,000 in the front. Gonna get 21. Hit 20. 21. Now 2. Hit 22. 2. Gonna get 22. 2. Gonna get 21. Down 2, gonna get 22. Now 3, 23, 23, 22. Zan gonna get 3. Now 4. Now 5. How 20? Hey, ma'am, it's your turn again. 25, 2,500, 2,500. How 25, 25. How 26. Here 2,600. Here 26. He's gonna get $2,600 right there. Gonna get 26. Now 7. How 27, 7, 7. Good 7. Good 7, 7. Good 7. Gonna get now 2,700. 2,700. If you want to go. You're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. They're winning. 2,700. 2,700. Anybody else? 27, 26, the big. Gonna get 2,700. All through. All done. Anybody else want to advance the bidding? 26. Want to be 2,700. Thank you. 28. 29, sir. Look at me. Nope. 29. The wine's working against us. 29. I'm just kidding. 29. 2,900, 29, out 2018, gonna get 29.99, gonna get 29.99. Thank you, sir. Now 3,000, hit $3,000. Out 3,000. Out 31, out 30, gonna get 31, 31. Now 2, out 32, out 32, 2, gonna get 31. Now 2, 31. Now 2, gonna get 31. Now 2. Everybody through. Everybody done. Thank you. You want to go 35, 35, 35, 3,500. Down 35, 5, 5. Y'all think you ought to give 3,500? Just a little encouragement goes a long, long way tonight. 3,500. Hit 35, 5, 5. But get 30, get 30, get 30, get 30, get 35, 5, 5. But get 3,500. All through. 35. Down 35, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. But get 40. Y'all think you'll give $4,000? 4,000. How 4, would it get $4,000 right there? Gonna get 4. 36. We'll take little bitty bites. Lonnie said, I know I'm running over. 36. 36. All through. All done. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Sold right there. $3,500. Hold that number up there. Bidder number 247. 247. Okay, here's a cool one. Oh, we got 2 more left. That's right. Here we go. From our friends at Remodel Tennessee. Absolutely simply beautiful. You're getting a $5,000 credit, giving away a $5,000 worth of a renovation towards at least $15,000 of your bathroom. or kitchen. Now listen, if you just look at your bathroom or kitchen and think about a remodel, you're going to spend 15 grand. If you just think about it, it's going to happen. So you're going to spend 15,000 whether you know it or not. But this is from Remodel TN, from our good friend Clay Youngblood. He's going to give you a $5,000 worth of renovation services towards a $15,000 renovation on a bath or kitchen. We've got individuals all throughout the room that'll vouch for him, tell you it is absolutely remarkable. Going to need you to give us a little bit after April. We're busy right now, but we'll get to you a little after April. Ladies and gentlemen, valued at over $5,000. Who wants it for $2,500? 25. Thank you. Out 3,000. Hit 3. You're gonna get $3,000 right there. You're gonna get 3,000. Out 3,500. Hit 35. You didn't get your 35. Out 35. But you get $3,500 right there. You're gonna get 30. Get 30. Get 30. Gonna get 3,500. 3,250. 3,250. It's a $5,000 credit towards a $15,000 renovation. 3,000. 31. Would you get 3,100? 31. Sir, out of good conscience, I don't want to let you bid against yourself. But, folks, I have no problem you just bidding against him because he's going to give more. He's raising his hand. He's happy to do it. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. On 3 if nobody else wants to bid. 3,100. All 3 on done right there. Going to get 30. You're going to wish you did. 31. You don't have to design it tonight. It's your bathroom or kitchen. It's $15,000. If you spend that, they're going to give you a $5,000 voucher. You're spending $3,000 for $5,000 worth of services. 3,000, 31 anywhere. 31. Sold right there. $3,000. Mark it a bargain. Bidder number, is that 239, sir? What's your card? Hold that up there. 239, your big card. Let me see it. Or was it 253? I'm terrible at reading number. 253, Lonnie. 253 for 3,000. Our last and final item of the night. We're going to go down the Gulf of Mexico. You're going to enjoy yourself. I want you to think about maybe Panama City Beach or Destin, if you know those towns. Go east. Go east about an hour, a little over an hour or so, and you're going to be right down there with this absolutely remarkable home right on the beach. 7-night stay beach house. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all going to take a vacation. The last item of the night. The last item we're going to sell here. You're all going to take a vacation, but right now tonight, 100% of your vacay can be funding Freedom's Promise, okay? Changing lives here tonight. You're going to feel so much better when you're soaking up the sun down there in the Gulf of Mexico. You can help stop human trafficking when you take your vacation. 7 days, 7 nights, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It's got both beach and bay access. A family-friendly community, wonderful near St. Joe Bay. All the fishing, all the fun. Enjoy your mornings looking out the lower and upper decks. You can fly down, and you'll never want to leave. All right, friends, nearly impossible to get online if you get on VRBO or Airbnb. Hard to get this house. Ladies and gentlemen, who wants to go for $2,500 a week stay in Florida? 25. Hit 2,500. Thank you now. Out 26. Now 777. Get 28. Gonna get 29. 3,031. Hit 31. 31. Now 2, 3, 4. Out 34. Out 34. 4. 34. Now 5. Gonna get 35. Now 6. 3,600. Now 7. 7. Gonna get 38. Out 3,800. Thank you, sir. Now 4. You're gonna get 4,000. Over here, gonna get 4. 41. Hit 40. Bond. Gonna get 40. Bond. Gonna get 40. Bond. Gonna get 41. Now 2. Now 3. Now 4. Now 5. 46. Hit 4,600. Out 46. Gonna get $4,600 right there. Gonna get 46. Gonna get 46. Now 7. Out 47. Ma'am, you're going to look beautiful soaking up those rays. You're going to just love it. The beach, going to look great. 46. Now 47. 47. Thank you. Now 48. 4,800. 49. Out 5,000. Hit $5,000. Hit 5,000. Now 51. Out 51. Out 50. Bond. Going to get 50. Bond. 50. Bond. What do you get? Bond. What do you get? 50. Get 50. Get 5,000's in. Anybody over here want to go for 51? I know you guys like to vacation over here. 41. 41. 51, not 41, 51. Thank you. Now 2, 52, 52, 51's in, out 2, yeah, 51's in, now 2, 3, out 3, 3, 3, gonna get 3, to get 3, 3, 3, 52's in, gonna get 3, 3, 3, 5300, out 3, 4, out 54, out 54, 5, out 56, out 57, out 7, 7, 7, 5700, out 57, 7, 7, get 7, 7, 7, 7, out 58, out 59, out 59, 9, 9, gonna get 59, 9, 9, gonna get 5900, out, you know where we're going, 59, 6,000, 6,000, here's $6,000. How 6 eggs, you're gonna get $6,000 right there, you're gonna get 6 eggs, you're gonna get $6,000. How 61, how 61, 1, how 2, how 62, here 2, 2, 2, you're gonna get 2, to get 2, 2, 2. Anybody wanna give 2? 61's in now 2. That's gonna do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. 61, 62 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sold! 6,100, Lonnie, you listening? Bidder number, hold it up there, 144. Thank you guys so very much. Hey, we're going to give it over here to our chairman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. That's great. Good job. Appreciate you.
All right, let's give a hand to Jay. He is a pro. Well, that was fun. We just raised a ton of money, and now you get to hear what we're going to do with it. That's exciting, right? All right, my name is J.K. Sims. I currently serve as a chair of Freedom's Promises Board of Directors. I've been involved with this group for about 6 years now, for over 6 years now. Tiffany Atkinson, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, she's the executive director of Freedom's Promise. We had a mutual friend who introduced me to Tiffany and introduced me to the work that Freedom's Promise was doing. When I first discovered the overwhelming enormity of human trafficking and the industry that it is, I was outraged. It was a cause that I wanted to be involved with in combating, or at least pouring into an organization that was working to combat it. And it is my belief that there is no other organization out there doing more to prevent human trafficking, to combat the atrocity than Freedom's Promise. Freedom's Promise works to provide true hope to those who would otherwise be susceptible to being a victim of this atrocity. It's an amazing organization with a world-class executive director, with a world-class staff, with a board that is all in on its mission, and the most amazing program directors and international team in Southeast Asia. All are being used by God to provide hope and opportunity and community so that individuals who are vulnerable in that region don't have to own the story of human trafficking. I had the opportunity to go to Cambodia in September of 2019, and I was able to see firsthand the world-changing work that Freedom's Promise is doing. While traveling with the team to Cambodia and Freedom's Promise, I began to understand that poverty, lack of education, lack of health care, proper health care, cause both children and adults to be susceptible and extremely vulnerable to human trafficking. Freedom's Promise is committed to helping restore communities that have been devastated by years of oppression and corruption in order to prevent human trafficking. We were able to see firsthand how the Freedom's Promise community development model called Thrive, which you'll see and you may have heard some about, is truly working. So human trafficking, for those who don't know, is defined as the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of persons through the use of force, threats, abduction, or forms of coercion. Essentially, this is modern-day slavery, and there are currently estimated to be over 45 million people living in slavery today. And there are three main categories of this. There's sex trafficking, which is the practice of illegally transporting people from one country to another for the purpose of sex. There is forced labor or servitude, which is coercing people to work through violence and intimidation, a slave or being under complete subject to someone more powerful. There's organ trafficking, removing a part of a body, usually the kidneys or liver, to sell in an illegal trade. In addition to those three main categories, child brides, child soldiers are forms of modern slavery that are on the rise. So we're going to show you a brief video here in a moment. It's a heavy topic, obviously, and we've had a lot of fun here tonight, and it's an awesome evening. And this video is heavy, but what I want you to know and to encourage you, Freedom's Promise is bringing freedom to the oppressed by demonstrating the love of Jesus Christ, preventing human trafficking, and restoring communities. So watch this video, if you will. So we are so honored tonight to have Ashley Chapman with us. She brings incredible experience to this fight against human trafficking. Ashley is a human rights lawyer and a social entrepreneur who dedicated her life to this cause since she was 11 years old, when her family took in 3 children who had experienced horrific abuse and neglect. In addition to providing guidance for the U.S. Senate and founding a myriad of anti-trafficking initiatives that are now movements, Ashley has served as the president and CEO of AFRJ, which is a global humanitarian aid organization that supports a global network of anti-trafficking organizations and projects. She's been the co-founder and director of the Center for Global Justice at Regent University in Virginia. She's been a court-appointed special advocate for children in foster care, just to name a few of her activities in combating this evil. Since 2001, Ashley has been building solutions in education, direct services, government, business, nonprofit, healthcare, and community sectors to end human trafficking and to protect vulnerable populations. Will you please welcome Ashley Chapman?
Well, good evening, and it is lovely to be with you tonight. What a gorgeous, gorgeous evening, and way to go on the auction. So please give yourself a round of applause. That was amazing, so amazing. I'm just so pleased to be here tonight, surrounded with a room filled. I mean, just filled with individuals who have come here this evening to learn about this issue, about opportunities to engage it, and what I'm hoping to drill into your hearts and souls tonight is that every single one of us is called to this fight. And every single one of us is uniquely positioned to help end it. So that's what I'm calling it. human trafficking and how you are uniquely positioned to help end it and to make a difference. But first, if we go kind of backwards in my history, I am born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Woo, I know. My native Nashvillians in the audience, that was great. I know, sang on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry when I was like 7, you know, so heart and soul here in this beautiful city. But my dad was the pastor of the homeless mission downtown Nashville. And I grew up seeing a heck of a lot of brokenness. But none so severe until, as you just heard in my introduction there, as the 3 little kiddos who came into our life when I was 11. So a series of events unfolded sort of very quickly for me that set the trajectory of the rest of my days. And that was that the Lord had really gripped my heart one night, that he was waking me up every morning, and I was not asking him why. See, I believe in calling, and I believe every one of us is called, and I know it because he woke you up this morning. So if all of life is about coming to finally recognize God's love for us and his sacrifice for us and the freedom he gives us in him and in Christ, if that's the culmination of what we're meant to discover on this planet, then I think he'd take us the moment that happens. But he wakes you up the next morning, which means you have a job to do. There's something he is trying to accomplish through you, and I know, because you cannot miss it, that it is on behalf of those who are hurting on our planet and in our communities all around us, from Cambodia to Nashville. So when God gripped my heart about that, the first thing I thought was, well, I need to figure out why. Why is he waking me up? And I thought the best place to start would be to read the Bible through. And I'm a bit of an overachiever. So I created a 6-month reading plan for the entire Bible. And I was 2 weeks in, and these 3 little kids came into our lives. And it was devastating to watch. Devastating to know what horrors existed here. But the thing that gripped me the most was how broken our community was that had allowed that level of exploitation and abuse to happen in the first place, and how difficult it was to keep them safe on the other side. So I dedicated my life at that time to becoming a human rights lawyer and to building stuff to help people so that we could stop this already in our world. And I know it's God's work. I've seen his hand all over it. You're seeing his hand all over it, I know. And so today, what we steward are all of these things. I have with me tonight Alana Flores somewhere. There she is. She and I met in law school and founded all of these things together. And our husbands have supported us every step of the crazy way. But we have the AFRJ, which supports thousands of organizations around the planet. Our council, which is ushering businesses to become part of the solution. Our student council to raise up that next generation. Justice U, which is an online university for justice advocates engaged together, which supports communities to figure out where are they strong and where are they weak. And Altus, which is a company we have that powers some of our technological solutions. So it's a busy day. It's a busy day. And we got great teams, and we get to meet amazing people in the world who are doing phenomenal work to transform lives like Freedom's Promise, which is why we're here tonight. So what we're talking about, though, is human trafficking. And I hope that's not a new term for you. Human trafficking is the sale of human beings, the sale of souls, for labor exploitation, sexual exploitation, and organs. And this is a $150 billion criminal industry every year that's impacting conservative estimates over 40 million souls worldwide, and it just keeps growing. So what we're talking about is something that has just gripped our city here, our nation, our world, and it just keeps growing. And I'm convinced it keeps growing because we don't know how to see it, and we don't see ourselves as part of the solution. So I thank you for being here tonight, and I hope everything I'm about to share next helps you lean in, helps you start getting involved for maybe the first time or more involved than you ever have before. Because I got a lot of calls during this pandemic where people thought the impact of COVID, it must, maybe there's a silver lining here. Maybe that means trafficking is decreasing. And that is not so. Trafficking has risen exponentially because vulnerabilities have risen exponentially. So all of the things you see listed here, domestic violence, isolation, child abuse, poverty, social marginalization, hunger, lack of health care, lack of access to services, housing solutions, everything that makes you as an individual vulnerable and then collectively a community vulnerable. Traffickers are entrepreneurs in the worst sense of the word. And they are going to find a way to exploit people. So while the world kind of went behind their doors, so we could all stay safe and keep our loved ones safe too, traffickers were out there exploiting people and seeing this as a phenomenal opportunity to break communities apart and break people's lives. And it's just grown. It's just grown and grown and grown. Okay. So now you know that. Now what? Because it's a world of need. It's a massive world of need. Here and in Cambodia and in everywhere else. But my encouragement to you is to see it not as a world of need that is just so daunting you feel like you're just one drop in a massive bucket. See it as a world of opportunity for you to engage. It's a world of opportunity for you to engage. No matter what hat you wear in your community, no matter what community you live in or where you travel or how your lives touch those around you. So I want to show you everything that needs to be done to help end human trafficking. This is what you're seeing on this screen. And if I were to unpack all of these words, it would take us the whole rest of the evening. So I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you where to go to learn more. But at the highest level, we've got to work to prevent human trafficking in the first place. We've got to work to identify people who are already in harm's way, to rescue them or help them exit that situation, to get them into restoration that is long-term, that's going to set them on a pathway to success so we can break the cycle of exploitation. We've got to reform what's broken that allowed it to happen in the first place. But prevention is key. Prevention is key. What if we could stop 40 million souls from being exploited in the first place? Because I have worked with thousands of victims of abuse, and many, probably people in this room, have experienced trauma on multiple levels, and we know it can haunt us. And without God's intervention in our lives, it can hurt us every day. And so all of this has to start happening all at the same time, all simultaneously, but prevention is key. And we've got to be paying attention to that for everyone who's in need. For victims, for survivors, for those at risk. If someone had been paying attention to those 3 little kids that came into our home when they were at risk, then we wouldn't have been caring for a 5-year-old who was mute, not because he couldn't speak, but because he wouldn't, or a 2-year-old who'd been sexually assaulted. If people had been their brother's keeper. So we have to look for those in need, adults and children, foreign nationals and citizens, for those who are labor and sex trafficking and organ trafficking as well. Who all has to be engaged in order to make that happen? Everyone. That's the short answer. The more specific one is, if you fall into any of these things in your community, then you've got a job to do. So churches, community groups, businesses, foundations, government, individuals, nonprofits, professional associations, university educators, every one of those can provide some unique piece of the puzzle in your community here and in Cambodia to support all the things that need to be taking place. If we look at that big framework I just showed you, sometimes people get a little scared. Hey, we're not asking you to do all of it. We're saying there's something in there you can do. Something in there that's desperately needed for you to do. And until we all see ourselves as part of the solution, we will not win this war against something that should not exist. You know, it is a sobering truth that there are more slaves in our world today than ever before in our world's history. And that includes days when all over the world governments more than legalized slavery, they built their empires off of them. And we have that black mark here too. But now slavery in no nation is legal, and yet there are more slaves in our world than ever before. So it's going to take everyone, and it's going to take you. It's going to take you. I believe with all of my heart and soul that every person sitting in here this evening has special giftings, special talents, special experiences and abilities to lean in ways that will transform lives, that will transform the world, here and everywhere else. So how are you going to find a way to make a world of difference? Here we go. I'd like to come home for a minute because my good friend, Tiffany Atkinson, is about to share with you all of the ways that you're going to be able to make a difference by joining them in Cambodia, and I'm going to beg you to promise to make that commitment, to give everything you can. But you can make a difference by walking out of this room tonight and tomorrow and the next day after that, because human trafficking is happening here too. And I want to just kind of walk us through your day. So put on all the hats you wear, and let's just walk through our community for a minute. Well, first of all, we all call a place someplace home. I'm calling a little apartment right now while we build our house home. But someplace is home. And if you have children in that home, then the most important thing you can do to help end trafficking and prevent it is to empower your kids to stay safe in online spaces. If you could hear the chatter coming from traffickers this last couple of years with all these children all around the world, having all of this online access kind of thrust upon them, it's chilling. They saw it as an unbelievable playground for their terrible deeds. And we spend a lot of time training our kids not to talk to strangers. Someone comes up to you on that playground and you don't know them, don't engage. But then we give them devices and they go play games in their bedroom, or they get on that tablet in the living room, and you've invited a literal world of strangers right in that door. So we have to start there. We've got to start realizing that traffickers can come even through that moment and start exploiting your kids and your kids' friends. And there are lots of resources to help you understand what you need to know about that. And if you go to engagetogether.com, we've got a whole online safety kit there for you, but it's so critical. Now, next, if I get in my car and I'm driving through my community, I am likely seeing trafficking situations. Maybe I just didn't pay attention before. So we had someone at one of our trainings once who, once she realized the signs to look for, she realized that her nail salon that she'd been going to for 2 years was open at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. The lights were still on. And through a series of other events, she realized, I better call on this. I better make a report. And sure enough, broke a foreign national organized criminal syndicate trafficking ring that the girls that had been doing her nails for 2 years were caught in, labor trafficking during the day and sex trafficking during the night in an incredibly affluent neighborhood, not far from here. So we need to be paying attention while we drive. When we go take our kids to school or to college, are they equipped to realize that that child who's been truant might not be truant of their own volition, but might be trafficked during the night by family members who are addicted to opioid drugs and who've discovered they can sell their daughter 20 times a night and feed that addiction, but send her to school the very next day? That's happening here. If we go then to our businesses, are our businesses engaged in the solution? We need businesses to join this fight. They must join this fight. We need their resources. We need their support. Their energy is one of the greatest joys ever to bring businesses into this fight all around the world and here locally. If you go then to your local establishments, maybe your favorite coffee shop, maybe your favorite diner. My husband and I, on our vacation that we have gone to every year of my life at this beautiful lake town, which I'll not mention because I'm hoping it's under investigation still, went in to get breakfast and came out rescuing a labor trafficking victim out of that restaurant because we saw the signs. So be paying attention when we're just even going into places. If something feels wrong, look longer and make the call. If we go to a church, your churches can engage in miraculous ways to come alongside Freedom's Promise, to come alongside those vulnerable human beings here in our neighborhoods. We did a docu-film on trafficking years ago, and we asked one of the survivors, if there was a moment in your life where this would not have been your trajectory, do you know when that moment was? And she said, I do. Our dad left us. Our car broke down. My mom had to get a second job at night to pay for it. And we couldn't afford childcare. So I was home alone. And that's when it started for me. How fixable is that? If we'd been paying attention, if our church had a ministry for single moms, if they helped replace that car or fix that car, or how about if you saw that your neighbor was struggling and working late, if you tried to make sure they had someone to watch the kiddo. I mean, that could have been stopped in an instant. It could have been prevented. And it wasn't because the people around the situation just weren't seeing it. And then lastly, if you're part of any kind of group, a kind of a cohort, a Rotary Club, a junior league, there are so many ways that if you're already working to support vulnerable individuals, just come alongside those who are also supporting the work of human trafficking. So many ways. And when we think about options to engage, we can think through like, how might we and just enhance what we're already doing? Just take a simple step in my life that's going to make a world of impact. How can I come alongside those who are doing it very well, like Freedom's Promise this evening? How could I fill a gap? And I promise you, probably Tiffany has ways you could do all three of those right now in their work in Cambodia. There are so many opportunities, so many. I encourage you to know the signs of human trafficking, because without knowing that knowledge, we kind of generally know that human trafficking exists, but when it's right in front of our face, we miss it. And that could save a life. So signs here are no control of movement. You can't speak voluntarily. They're not controlling their finances. They're working with little or no pay. I promise you, there are people right now, probably just down the road, who are experiencing this. No personal identification documents. They're acting fearful or anxious. They're showing signs of abuse. Their language is inconsistent and vague, or they're keeping an unusual schedule. When you talk to your waitress, and you ask her, hey, how did you come here? And hey, you know, what's your day look like? You're just kind of having a conversation, but all of a sudden some things are coming out of her mouth that don't make quite enough sense. If they're geographically confused or unaware because they're being moved all over the place by their traffickers, they can't get out of debt, and any minor who's involved in any commercial sex act whatsoever is by federal definition a human trafficking victim, and this is not an exhaustive list. We got to keep our eyes open. And I wish I had time to go through it, but go get your badge. Go take our online course, spend 1 hour, and unpack every one of those indicators so that you can understand how they are likely to appear in your everyday life in this community and when you go abroad. Because they are there. People in need are right in front of us. And we have the opportunity, if we're paying attention, to intercede in ways that will save their lives. That's the National Human Trafficking Hotline. I hope you know that number. If you don't, you can snap it really quick. Let's make sure we save that one so that when a situation happens, we're ready. We're ready to make that call. You know, just a few moments ago, I heard a lot of buzzing going on. Yeah? It was an Amber Alert. So I want to tell you a story really quick to kind of land, hopefully, some of this home. So again, if we think that God Almighty will not move heaven and earth to align opportunities for you to come to the rescue of a soul in danger, then hopefully this story will dispel that. So my husband and I, years ago, we have been serving in full-time ministry on behalf of these issues for 21 years now. And we needed a vacation for a minute. So we, at the time, lived in Nashville, and we decided to drive to Orlando and just take a vacation for a week. On the way, though, driving through Atlanta, we saw an Amber Alert. And I recognized the model and color of car. A friend I had gone to high school with had that car. And the license plate was easy for me to memorize because it had my initials in it. So we started to pray. And we prayed. And we told the Lord we will look for her all day long. Please keep her safe till she's found. And we did. We looked all day long at every rest area, every gas station, every restaurant we stopped at, all along the highway, and didn't see the car. And we got down to Orlando 8 hours later, stepped into our hotel room, dropped the bags, and said, maybe we should go to the store and pick up some groceries before so we have it for breakfast tomorrow morning. And I said, oh, I remember this Walmart in Kissimmee. Maybe we'll go there instead of backing up through the traffic through Orlando again. And so we went, and we hit some construction on the way. And my husband was grumbling about the construction. And I said the wifey thing, which is you never know what God is trying to do. And we got through the construction, and we pulled into Walmart at the same time. That car pulled right in front of us. So we parked next to it. The man got out, put his hand on the girl's neck, walked her into Walmart, thinking he was free and clear. And my husband went in to alert Walmart security, and I stayed at the car and alerted the local authorities, who, by the way, didn't believe me at first. They thought it was too wild of a coincidence, but they finally did. And they showed up in force because this man had done this many times before. And they rescued her as soon as they walked out, and she was never harmed, and she was returned home that night. Hallelujah. I'm asking you to keep your eyes open. I'm asking you to see yourself as part of the solution. I'm asking you, what would you give to prevent this from ever happening, this level of harm from ever happening to any soul that you know and love? And I'm asking you to give that tonight to support Freedom's Promise. So here we go. My last thought before Tiffany takes the stage is that we need to remember that any effective strategy to end human trafficking must address the vulnerabilities that are being exploited in that particular community. The heartbreaking truth is that traffickers are exploiting people we don't see because we choose not to see them. So we don't see the child who's gone through 10 foster care homes in the state of Tennessee before spinning out into the hands of traffickers. They're lost to our line of sight. They're not lost to the line of sight of a trafficker. And in Cambodia, we might feel like we don't see those communities that are struggling just to survive. But those traffickers see those communities. And they know exactly how to come in and promise the world and turn it into hell. And you have a position to stop it. Tonight, you're in a position to stop it. So I'm asking you to. And to realize that there is a world of opportunity for you to make an impact. So commit to doing it. Get equipped to do it. Stay engaged. This is the long game. This is the long journey. And it's worth every single sacrifice we can make. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ashley, so much. We really appreciate it. I have heard over many years a lot of speakers, and if we had given her an hour and a half, she would have honed in on so many details and information. So I encourage you to take a look at the websites and the resources that Ashley shared, and like she said, engage, and I will be giving you options. And I am Tiffany Atkinson, the, I guess, infamous coffee date person. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It is an honor. I'm so thankful that after canceling last year and having 2 years being off, that we are all back together collectively. So before I get going on my part, I wanted to add to what Ashley said by actually sharing a real life example of one of our dear ones who was prevented from being trafficked. So if you will turn your attention one last time to the video.
So today,ទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំឈ្មោះបូហើយខ្ញុំមានអាយុ23ឆ្នាំហើយសប្តាហ៍ហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំជាបុគ្គលិកផ្នែកកាដេនៅ Freedom Promise.
Bo started out as one of our trainees. However, right now, Bo has become one of our key artisans who has worked on the wedding gown project. Bo was born and raised in a typical Buddhist family. Her mom did not believe in education. Bo did not receive the support, the drive, the encouragement to further her study. And unfortunately, Bo had to drop out of school when she was in just 5th grade.
នៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំអាយុ7ឆ្នាំម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំក៏បានរៀបការម្ដងទៀតហើយការងារជាច្រើនគឺខ្ញុំធ្វើគ្រប់យ៉ាងពីព្រោះខ្ញុំចង់រៀនប៉ុន្តែពេលខ្លះម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំថាកុំទៅរៀនអីម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំទៅរៀនមានលុយយើងក្រហើយខ្ញុំធ្វើការងារជាច្រើនដូចជាខ្លាំងដើមឈើបេះអំពិលដើម្បីយកក៏ខ្ញុំទៅចាប់ខ្យងចាប់ខ្ចៅដើម្បីយកវាទៅលក់ហើយយកលុយទៅរៀន ខ្ញុំធំធាត់នៅក្នុងក្រុមគ្រួសារដែលមានអំពើហិង្សាមនុស្សប្រុសម្នាក់ដែលម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំបានរៀបការជាមួយនឹងគេមិនមែនជាឪពុកល្អសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំទេហូបចុកជារាល់ថ្ងៃទេដូច្នេះហើយពេលខ្លះទៅដូចខ្ញុំមិនធ្វើអ្វីដែលតចិត្តគឺគេវាយឬក៏គេស្ដីបន្ទោសអីចឹងទៅបែកចេញឈាមហ្មងបែកសាច់ចេញឈាមហ្មងប៉ុន្តែឥឡូវនេះវាមានស្នាមទេហើយដូចខ្ញុំអារឿងអាក្រក់ៗទាំងហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាហេតុអីមកជីវិតខ្ញុំត្រូវទទួលបានរឿងអាក្រក់ៗទាំងហ្នឹង ហ្នឹងហើយគឺមួយទៀតគឺដោយសារខ្ញុំត្រូវចូលមណ្ឌលហើយខ្ញុំទៅនៅក្នុងមណ្ឌលអញ្ចឹងទៅខ្ញុំធ្លាប់សុំគេថាខ្ញុំសុំទៅរៀនតែគេប្រាប់ថាអើយមិនទៅរៀនទេធំហើយកុំទៅរៀនអីធំហើយខ្មាស់គេនៅពេលដែលគេបាននិយាយពាក្យសម្ដីបែបហ្នឹងមកកាន់ខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំពិតជាធំមែនខ្ញុំអត់ប្រយោជន៍ដល់ថ្នាក់ហ្នឹងសូម្បីតែរៀនក៏គេមិនអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យខ្ញុំទៅរៀនដែរខ្ញុំពិតជាអន់ចិត្តនៅអ្វីដែលគាត់បាននិយាយជាមួយខ្ញុំហើយបន្ទាប់មកខ្ញុំក៏គឺវាមានអារម្មណ៍ថាពិបាកមែនតើនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំរស់នៅក្នុងវ័យជំទង់ហ្នឹង
Bo started out as one of our trainees in September 2017. She is a huge asset to our program.
អ្វីដែលខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ជាងនេះគឺការដែលយើងធ្វើការរួមគ្នាដូចវាលយមែនតើនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើការរួមគ្នាទោះបីជាការនឹងទូចឬក៏ការនឹងធំប៉ុន្តែពីការដែលខ្ញុំនៅទូចទៅជាធម្មតានៅពេលដែលយើងនៅទូចយើងដូចតែងតែមានសភៅរៀនមែនទេតែក្នុងសភៅខ្ញុំនឹងអត់សូវមានមេរៀនទេគឺមានអារ៉ូបកូនកំមុំអីហ្នឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាធំឡើងខ្ញុំនឹងអាចធ្វើជាអ្នកច្នៃម៉ូដម្នាក់វាពិតជាដូចគ្នាមែនតើពីព្រោះខ្ញុំបានច្នៃម៉ូដកូនរ៉ូបកូនកំមុំហើយអញ្ចឹងដូចវាដូចខ្ញុំនឹងជាអ្នកដែលច្នៃម៉ូដម្នាក់អញ្ចឹង ហើយមើលទៅវាពិតជាសប្បាយនៅការដែលយើងធ្វើមែនតើពីព្រោះយើងមិនដែលធ្វើទេអា2 3 4 5ជាន់ហើយធ្ងន់ហើយពិបាកមានអារម្មណ៍ថាយើងអាចធ្វើបានតែប៉ុន្តែនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើវាចេញជារូបរាងមានអារម្មណ៍ថាសប្បាយមែនតើពីព្រោះយើងគិតថាយើងអាចធ្វើវាបានប៉ុន្តែយើងបានធ្វើវាហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាអូយរោគកូនក្រមុំហ្នឹងគឺដូចជាក្តីសម័យរបស់ខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹង
Bo is experiencing tremendous joy with the wedding gown project. At the same time, she was facing other challenges. She is losing a place to live.
ពេលហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំមានបញ្ហាជាមួយនឹងកន្លែងដែលខ្ញុំត្រូវរស់នៅមែនទែនវាពិបាកមែនទែនសម្រាប់ទីជម្រកខ្ញុំនៅពេលហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំអត់អាចបន្តក្តីសម័យរបស់ខ្ញុំបានទៀតទេ
During that time, it was a very difficult time. Bo started to thinking about leaving the sewing center and just find a job.
ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំក៏មានមិត្តភក្តិម្នាក់ គាត់មានក្រុមគ្រួសារគាត់ដែលនៅប្រទេសម៉ាឡេខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំប្រហែលជាត្រូវទៅប្រទេសម៉ាឡេជាមួយគាត់នៅពេលដែលគាត់ចេញពីមណ្ឌល
She did not have a passport. She don't have any friends over there.
Because there are so few jobs available in Cambodia, it's common for Cambodians to resort to cross-border migration to find work. Unfortunately, this leaves them extremely vulnerable to exploitation, especially when migrating illegally as there are no safeguards in place. Despite all of that, Bo felt this was her only option.
វាពិតជាខ្លាចពីព្រោះខ្ញុំមិនស្គាល់ថាម៉ាឡេនឹងបែរមុខទៅខាងណាម៉ាឡេនឹងនៅណាចំណាយពេលប្រហែលពីប្រទេសខ្មែរទៅប្រទេសម៉ាឡេខ្ញុំមិនស្គាល់ហើយអ្នកនៅម៉ាឡេនោះ
Not all migration is bad, but when you don't have the information and you're just using your gut feeling to migrate, that is quite dangerous. So I asked her a lot of tough questions, asked her to really think of all the details involved. We also discussed about what are the tactics used by traffickers to trick people into human trafficking.
ហើយនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើការនៅពេលយប់ជាអ្នករត់តុនិងអីផ្សេងៗវាពិតជាគួរឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាចទៀតពីព្រោះខ្ញុំជាមនុស្សស្រីតែម្នាក់ឯងគេអាចប៉ះពាល់ខ្ញុំដោយការដែលខ្ញុំមិនពេញចិត្តឬក៏អាចបំពានរាងកាយខ្ញុំឬក៏ខ្ញុំអាចមានគ្រោះថ្នាក់ទៀតនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំត្រឡប់មកផ្ទះវិញ
She really thought hard about migrating to Malaysia. No passport, no visa, no nothing.
Freedom Promise is committed to do whatever it takes to make sure Bo is safe. We need to help her find a way to solve that problem.
Through the community that Bo has experienced at the Sewing Center, she was offered a job.
ហើយនៅពេលដែល Freedom Promise បាននិយាយថាស៊ីម៉ៅនៅធ្វើជាបុគ្គលិកនៅទីនេះវាពិតជារំភើបហើយមកទៅដូចអស់ចាំមែនទេខ្ញុំគិតថាប្រហែលជាមិនអាចទេព្រោះសមត្ថភាពខ្ញុំតិចហ្នឹងសមត្ថភាពខ្ញុំធ្វើអីមិនកើតអីអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាបន្ទាប់ពីខ្ញុំរៀនហើយខ្ញុំត្រឡប់ទៅផ្ទះវិញធ្វើការងារតិចតួចរបស់ខ្ញុំវិញអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែ Freedom Promise បានផ្ដល់អត្ថប្រយោជន៍ឲ្យខ្ញុំមានឱកាសធ្វើការជាមួយនឹង Freedom Promise វាលយមែនតើ បាក់កំណត់ចំនួនក្មេងៗមែនតើពីព្រោះពេលខ្លះច្រើនអាចដល់40នាក់ឬក៏ជិត50នាក់ពេលខ្លះទៅក៏តិចត្រឹមតែ30ឬក៏20នាក់ជាងឲ្យគាត់ស្គាល់អំពីការបង្កើតពិភពលោកឲ្យគាត់ស្គាល់អំពីតើអ្នកណាជាព្រះតើអ្នកណាជាអ្នកបង្កើតពួកគាត់
I've seen a lot of changes that happened in her life. In the past, she was very shy. She felt like her story were a burden to other people, and asking for help was a very big challenge for Bo in the past. However, I see Bo right now is a joyful person. She is a very confident individual, and she knows her worth in Christ. That's what I see in Bo right now.
សម្រាប់ជីវិតខ្ញុំឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំកំពុងតែរំភើបជាមួយនឹងការត្រាស់ហៅរបស់ព្រះអង្គ
I feel very honored, I feel very privileged to be a part of Bo's life journey. I can't wait to see all the ways that the Lord will work through her life. God is already using her powerfully to impact many people's lives.
So Bo really was so shy. You can't tell by her smile at the end of that video. And I remember very clearly when a group of us were over in Cambodia in 2020, we were doing a worship and prayer night with Youth with a Mission, YWAM, in Battambang, and we are out just worshiping, and I look up, and I'm like, who's that on stage? And Kanchani, who many of you know, she's been here before, said, that's Bo, and Bo's up here just leading and dancing and worshiping, and we just were so surprised. So shortly after that, as it was mentioned on there, her leadership skills really started to show, and she was doing village outreach and many other different things that she was taking initiative of. And so Freedom's Promise was able to help facilitate getting Bo into YWAM's DTS, discipleship training. And she went through the process there, and it was in her first year. That was in July of 2021, so pretty recent. During her first year, Bo was able to receive healing and also counseling from the trauma she had experienced with her father figure in the past. And through her healing, along with God's incredible power and love, she had the confidence to go back to her stepfather and her mother, the same stepfather who abused her. She shared the gospel with them, and both of them accepted Jesus into their life. So, yeah. There's so many instances like Bo, and she is one of many, but I have story after story of what we sow here and what we do here, how it has this global impact in the kingdom, but in these countries that are so vulnerable. And because we care about these individuals, and we know that we can prevent them from becoming victims of human trafficking, we know that now is the time that we have to take action, both here in the U.S. and abroad. You've heard from Ashley Chapman tonight and from Bo and have learned multiple aspects of human trafficking. As Ashley stated, it has continued and it has increased over the COVID-19 pandemic. There continues to be migration across illegal borders as people are desperate to find work and the children are out of school. Traffickers have taken advantage, as Ashley said, of their vulnerability by offering false jobs and false promises, tricking them into the trafficking system. It really is such a pivotal time to engage in this mission. So I need to take a couple of minutes to update you on my recent trip to Cambodia. I was finally able to get back after nearly 18 months of not being able to be there, and that's the longest I have not been there since serving with Freedom's Promise for the last 14 years. I was able to spend 3.5 weeks in Cambodia and had the chance to be in front of our leadership over there. While I was there, I saw firsthand the detrimental effects, how when entire provinces and cities would go under sudden lockdown. An area is placed in a red zone, and people are unable to leave their homes even for food. There has been such fear that's only heightened by the media and the growing instability in the country with closing of schools and churches and businesses, and they're just now, as of last week, starting to open back up. Despite, though, the chaos and the intensity, God is moving in the most incredible ways, and it's amazing for me to be able to say that I have never been so thankful to be part of Freedom's Promise and the impact that we are making. Our team across the world continues to fight for peace, unity of believers, and kingdom advancement. We continue to empower and build communities to fight the atrocities of human trafficking and child exploitation. And I have to say that the creativity of our international team during this time has been what's allowed our community development programs to continue. Our teachers have been doing home visits instead of teaching in the classroom. They're delivering schoolwork to the homes and checking on the children. And our leadership team over there have been providing very necessary community feeding, sometimes feeding upwards from 300 to 500 families a day. I've also seen the most incredible growth in our international leaders and those in the States. And they are unified under a gospel mandate and the call to continue to move forward in helping people, even when there's a cost associated with it. They are bold for Jesus, and they're bold in their love for people. So, here are my overall takeaways. What I saw in Cambodia mirrors what we've all been through the last couple of years during this pandemic. We've all been fighting isolation, depression, fear, anxiety. And yet, despite all of the division and the difficulties that seem to be constant, Jesus not once has said to stop doing the work of the kingdom. So because Jesus never said stop, I went to Cambodia because that's my mandate. I paid a price that started with wiping the tears away from my two daughters' eyes, 8 and 11, because I would be gone from them for nearly a month. And then traveling internationally during COVID, especially in Asia, was wild in itself. And then quarantining by myself, luckily with Lonnie, who you've heard a lot about, in a room next door, but neither of us with fresh air for 2 weeks. all while being pregnant. And yes, I'm pregnant, for those of you that were surprised when you came in. So there must be a price that we're willing to pay for true kingdom advancement. The price that you pay to be part of what God is doing, it doesn't need to look like mine, but we do all need to offer a yes at this point of time that we're in. Now more than ever, we all must engage. We're moving quickly ahead, and now is the time to push through the chaos and the division that I've mentioned and bring the plans that God has that will heal his land in the future. It's an incredible time to be alive, and we do not want to be on the sidelines. As I wrap up this evening, let me close with these thoughts. There is an importance in proceeding forward with the call that God has given each of us individually and as a collective group. Freedom's Promise needs you to join in the fight of this atrocity of human trafficking. And here's one last statistic for the evening. According to the U.S. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, there was a 98.66 increase in online enticement reports in 2020 compared to 2019. And reports to their cyber tip line doubled to 1.6 million. We know that human trafficking is horrible. We've heard tonight from Ashley the details and importance of it being prevented. We've also shared about how much trafficking has increased in the last nearly 2 years of the pandemic. The ripple effects of this pandemic will only continue to impact the communities we serve. It's more important now than ever to engage in the prevention of human trafficking, and the need is great. But with expanded capacity of financial support, we know that we can bring the solutions that are paramount to this time. So if you've been at one of our events, you know this is my favorite part. I love to ask to give. Don't fill it out yet, but table host, if you'll take a minute in your white envelope and pass out the giving cards, because there are a couple of highlights I want to go over together on there. I'll give you just a minute to pass those out. And if you're at a table and you don't have a table host, whoever stood up during that really fun auction time can be your table host. Okay, so as you're taking these out, if you'll take a look at them, I want you to see how far your money really does go. Because what we're doing here in the United States, again, it needs to mirror what's being done over in Southeast Asia. We have to provide high-quality education and high-quality jobs and fair wage over there, except our dollar goes a lot further over there. We're running multi-million-dollar programs for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So for $90 a month, you can supplement our trafficking broadcast. $540 for 1 year is a really good education for a child. Think about that, private school parents, which were one of them. $6,000 actually supports 2 teachers' salaries for a year. And this is fair wage. $35,000 underwrites an entire community program for 1 year. This is letting us do all that we do very, very well for an entire year, and it impacts thousands. Our money really does go so far. And to me, this time of partnering financially is one of the most impactful times of this event. Your yes is so important. And tonight, we ask you to join by generously partnering financially. We have big plans and a big mandate to move forward with them. And this is the chance to engage in something that really is much bigger than ourselves. We know, and I see your faces, but we know many of you have been engaged with us for many years. And I also know there's a lot of you who are new tonight. But think about what we can do collectively together. And I just want to ask you tonight just to take time to ponder during these next couple minutes. Consider what you're going to give, and then consider and pray about giving more, if not doubling it. The need is great, and the time is now to not hold back from what we can do as a unified group in this mission. There has to be a price to pay, and there has to be a cost, and this is one chance of many. If you can also go to coffee with me, and then you'll probably go to Cambodia, which is great too. But this is one chance of many to truly engage in what God is doing. What you sow in tonight, what you put in tonight has direct impact, and we promise that we will keep you updated on what your impact does in the part that you've played. So as our band plays just for a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you time to consider what you're called to give, and then you can place the donations back in the white envelopes. A couple other things about the giving card. If you'd like to be contacted about planned giving, that is something that we love doing, just to talk about legacy. And then we do receive gifts of stock as well, which has been a really cool thing during this season. So a lot of people have had interest in that. So just take a couple minutes. I'll be right back with closing announcements. Thank you. All right. Again, we thank you guys so much for being here. We know that many are called to different ministries and organizations and nonprofits, and we're thankful that you spent the evening with us. So I have a couple of announcements as we close out the night. I want to say thank you again so much on behalf of the entire Freedom's Promise crew to our auction, our live auction sponsors, and our corporate sponsors, Schlotsky's, Bojangles, Legacy Tree Foundation, Thompson Burton, ProVenture, Pinnacle Financial Partners, Oak Point, and Leach & Company. And thank you again to our wonderful committee, table hosts, and my staff. Can we give them all a round of applause? More things. If you are a table host, the flowers on the table are yours to take home as a small additional thank you. Do not forget to leave your donations in the white envelopes. I do have your phone numbers and I know where to find you. The bar will be open for another 30 minutes as our jazz band continues to play for 30 minutes. And the silent auction and live auction checkout will be on your way out in the front room. So before I close, let me just say happy birthday to my mom. I love you. I hope you enjoy your party. It's good. Thank you guys again for coming. It's truly an honor. I get to stand up here on stage, but there's so many people who should be mentioned and who would probably do a better job representing what's going on behind the scenes with Freedom's Promise. So enjoy your evening. Be blessed and safe driving home. Thank you again.